You're watching Studio 90 on ussoccer.com. Yeah!
All right, today on Studio 90 we have a special interview with the lead singer, lead guitarist, and the principal songwriter for Weezer, and that of course is Rivers Cuomo. He's written a song called Represent, which we feel is as close to a sort of true soccer anthem as we've ever had in this country for our men's national team. So Rivers, thanks so much for joining us over the phone all the way here in South Africa.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to talk to you guys.
Now, before we get into the song a little bit, just tell us, how'd you become a soccer fan? How'd you become a fan of the U.S. men's national team?
Well, my father was Italian-American. I grew up the first 5 years of my life in Rochester, New York. There's obviously a big soccer community. I was also born during the 1970 World Cup, so I was immersed in soccer culture from a very early age, even though I was in America. So I was, it was a little bit of a minority sport, but to me, it was all about soccer. I loved playing it, and I wanted to be a soccer player. Things turned out differently. I ended up being a musician, but I still get out at least once a week and play games around LA, and I've been an avid follower and fan of the U.S. men's national team probably ever since around 94 or so, when it became more easy to see the games on TV.
All right, well, you obviously have a great soccer background. You love the game like we all do. Can you just talk a little bit about what inspired you to write Represent?
Well, I wrote a U.S. anthem back in 2006, right after we were knocked out of the first round of that World Cup. And in my present state of mind, I was kind of depressed. 2002 was a great run for us. I was expecting or hoping for something as good as that in 2006, and we got pretty humiliated. So my anthem didn't turn out with the right energy. Coming up to this World Cup, I wanted to write something with more attitude. We did so well last year in the Confederations Cup, and I had a bit more confidence and attitude going into the songwriting session. So that's what I'm trying to capture with this song, and hopefully it's fun for the fans and maybe even the players to listen to that to get pumped up.
Well, we certainly have enjoyed it here in South Africa in the 3 weeks or so that we've been here. Now, tell me just about the chorus a little bit. You know, it matters if you win or lose. It matters how you play the game. Sort of the way I interpret that is sort of soccer is becoming more important in America. We're becoming more of a true soccer country. That's my interpretation, but can you talk a little bit about what inspired the lyrics?
I mean, I think America often gets fair play awards, that sort of thing, and I love the way we play. I mean, we're such an honorable team in terms of not diving or exaggerating or playing dirty, any of that stuff. But that's not enough. It's time to win too. It's time for the U.S. to start winning big, and I think I can sing that with total sincerity now.
Well, I can tell you that the U.S. team, from the fans here in South Africa, have certainly got a lot of plaudits, as you said, from just being a team with maybe even the biggest heart in the World Cup. And I think you nailed that right on the head. Is this a song that you guys think you might be singing live at some point?
Yeah, I mean, these are generally, we just want to give the people what they want at the show. So if there's enough demand there, we'll certainly play it. So we'll see. On the other hand, I've had such a fun time doing the song this time around. I think come 2014, I'll probably want to start all over again and come up with a new one and try something different and see if I can learn a little bit from this experience.
Now, I know you say you try to play as much as you can. Do you guys get to play on tour?
I do get to play occasionally. I'll have a day off in the city where there's a game I can get in. Sometimes I go on Twitter and say, hey, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. Does anyone know the game I can get in today? And I'll get a bunch of responses, and it's worked out pretty well.
You know, the question I would have for you is, would you think 4-on-4 that Weezer would probably take down most other bands?
Yes, absolutely. I remember in the 80s hearing that Judas Priest and Iron Maiden were really good soccer players, so I don't know if we could compete with them. but any American band, surely.
No, those guys, as great as they are, I think they're a little long in the tooth. You guys could take them nowadays.
That's true, but I play with some older British guys here in L.A., and they may be a little slow, but they know the game well, and they know how to position themselves, and it's not easy to play against them.
Now, I know you've had a chance to attend some U.S. soccer matches. Can you just talk about sort of that experience of being there and being up close and personal?
Well, nothing beats going to the game. As much as I love the high def and all the camera angles and really getting the bird's eye view and seeing the plays unfold, it can't compare to the atmosphere and the excitement of being in person. I have been to quite a few games, and one game that sticks out in my mind is the qualifier against Mexico in Columbus when it was like 20 degrees and we were all freezing to death, but it's super exciting to be there in the midst of Camp's Army and all the other Red supporters.
Well, we're sorry that you couldn't join us here in South Africa. We know you're a busy man. But, you know, sort of as representing the fans who love this team and love the World Cup and love soccer, you know, what's the message for the team heading into this all-important Algeria game from back home in the States?
I'd just like to say, we love you. Do your best. You can do it. We love you no matter what happens. We support you. We're in it for the long haul. It's just a matter of time.
Well, I can say that from Studio 90 and from U.S. Soccer and from all the fans over here, we really appreciate the effort that you put into the song and the passion and the love for the game. And we hope that you can continue to support the U.S. team and continue to write music about soccer and about our team. It'll keep bringing fans to the sport for sure.
Yeah, I'm in it for life.
Rivers, thanks so much for your time. We really appreciate it. We know you're a busy guy. And now here on Studio 90, here's Weezer with Represent.